Hello everyone, my apologies. I am a teeny bit late. I was frantically working on getting a whole bunch of things prepped so that you don't have to watch me do that. And now I'm just trying to pull this up in Facebook so that I can see your comments. So I had said I was going to go live today with more things that were retiring. But I have just put out the information for Stamp Camp, which I am doing, there we go, with a bunch, 6 other demos at the end of the month. So I wanted to get on and show you the product because you can't see it yet. The catalog hasn't gone live. But I wanted to show you all the things that would be included and just get you excited because it's going to be awesome. So let's go ahead and do that. And I am drawing off of one of the card designs that I was planning to show you, which again, so this was from our team meeting with Rhonda Wade. She does the designs for Ange. So we're going to be using this layout and we're just going to be switching it up. So in case you're wondering sort of where my inspiration was. All right, so we're just gonna move right into it because I don't wanna keep anyone too long today, but I wanna give us a chance to look at all the amazing products in this suite. So Stamp Camp, you are automatically registered into Stamp Camp if you purchase the entire suite of products. So the suite is $75 I think, or $57. You get the ribbon, this beautiful blackberry ribbon. You get these adorable little ice cream sprinkles. They're super cute. You get this punch. So you've got the cone and the ice cream. And you get the paper, of course, which is fabulous. There's like ice cream cones, there's popsicles, there's just fun like splashes of color that you can just cut out with the punch. There's stripes, there's waffle cone, more stripes, dots, more ice cream cones. So we're gonna play with a couple of different designs of that today. And then you get the stamp set, of course. Haha. I'm like, what am I missing? So the stamp set. So like many cool greetings, great fonts, and then all these fun little things. So, you know, sprinkles, like dots, like your popsicles melting, the ice cream cone, popsicle with a stick, and melting. So we're gonna play around with a bunch of these today. So, hello Jillian Ray. Okay, so I've already prepped a bunch of pieces for us just to sort of try to speed us along in the hopes that we could actually create more than one project and I could spend a little bit more time explaining to you the Stamp Camp. So I already have a thick Whisper White card base. All right, so our standard card base. And then what I have here, hello Louise Tubb from the UK, nice to have you. I have a piece of purple posy cardstock. This is 4 by 5 1/4, okay? And then I have also taken the popsicle side of the DSP. The other side are these super fun stripes. And this is 2 by 5 1/4, okay? So we're just gonna put that down there and then we're gonna put some ribbon around this. So what I am thinking, this is going to be a Valentine's card in my world. Okay, so these 2 hearts I have cut out using the Be Mine stitched framelits, okay? You could also use the heart punches, you could use anything you have, or you could use another shape, it doesn't have to be hearts. So I'm tying in the Blackberry Bliss, which is our ribbon, and then again, the purple posy, all right? So we're just gonna put all of that together. We're gonna stamp our greeting right here, which is gonna be You Melt My Heart. But we need something, you could leave it like that, but what I thought we would do is stamp out a popsicle, a bigger popsicle, which we will have to fussy cut because we only have a punch for the ice cream. But we will use the ice cream on the second card, okay? So we're going to stamp all this up and lay it out. Whether or not we actually glue it all together, that's another thing. You just saw a quick peek of another card there that I had on the go. Okay, move that aside. So if you're quick, you saw that. So we're gonna do the popsicle. So we have a couple options. You have this one that has a bite out of it, or you have this one that is melting. So I'm just gonna have to sort of wrap my head around this for a second to see how we're going to stamp them. I think you have to stamp them together to create a whole popsicle, I guess. So I guess we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out together. We are gonna figure this out together because you need a top and a bottom. Otherwise, I'm not sure how it works. You can tell I haven't played with this yet. All right, and then we're gonna need the stick. And we're gonna need the fill-in for the stick. Okay. So let's start with the stick. So we'll do the stick in cinnamon cider because that is the color that is in the paper. So we're gonna stamp and stamp off, okay? So I'm going to pull out this white piece so we have a bit of a scrap underneath it. All right. So I'm gonna take this outline, which we are gonna stamp full strength. But you know what I'm gonna do, guys? Because I'm gonna have the popsicle overlapping, I am going to purposely stamp off the top of this so that I can have it overlapping. You'll see what I mean. So I'm gonna do it like that. And then I'm going to do the little bit that sort of sticks out on the stick. I'm not sure if this is meant to look like the inside of the stick or whether it's meant to look like the popsicle is dripping. I think it could probably be both. So we're just gonna play around with it like this for today, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I'm gonna do that in full. And now the inside of the popsicle, I am going to do stamped off. So you can't see that. I think it's out of your field of view, but it's down at the bottom. So I've stamped that off, and then I'm gonna fill in the popsicle, and then I'm gonna go a little bit higher. So I'm gonna stamp that again, like that. Okay, so there is our popsicle stick. All right. We're gonna close that ink. Okay, now we're gonna do our popsicle. So we're gonna do like this, and then I guess we're gonna kinda overlap it to make the top. So our colors again are the blackberry and the purple. So I want to sort of tie that in. I don't want to make our popsicle sort of really jump off the page, but I think the colors I might tie in, I really like this look here. So, oh, you can't see that. The blackberry and this, which I think is the coral. Or it could be the terracotta. Let's look at what colors are in here. I'm not 100% familiar with the paper yet, you can tell. So it must be terracotta tile. I think you could totally use Calypso coral though too. So let's bring out the terracotta tile and see. I'm just gonna quickly stamp that and see what that looks like. And let's lift this up. Oh yeah, that'll be good. Okay. So we're gonna do our blackberry. That is not blackberry. Blackberry. So you can see I'm using my Pierce mat because I'm using I'm just gonna move this back a little. I'm using photopolymer. So I'm gonna stamp that. So we have the bottom of our popsicle. And this way when we cut this out, you see, because we're fussy cutting, right? It's gonna be easier. Okay, and then we're going to take this with the terracotta and we're gonna layer it over top so that we have our full popsicle. And that, obviously, that's that darn thumb again. If you were watching me yesterday, you saw that happen. So we're fussy cutting this out, so that's not gonna matter. Okay, so there is our popsicle. The other thing that you could do here if you wanted is you could take these dots. So why not? Let's use all the stamps. That way you really know what you get in here. We're gonna take these dots and we're gonna ink them up in Blackberry. And you see what we're gonna do. We're gonna put them up here. There we go. Yeah, I like that. It's not so flat then, right? I think I might have liked this bottom actually stamped off, or maybe not in such a dark color. If I had it to do over, that's what I would probably try next time. But for the sake of time, we are not going to do that. All right, so we are going to find my scissors, which I had on my desk. I don't know about you guys. I'd love for anyone to comment if you are like me. But as I start crafting, my desk goes from like this big to this big to this big to like this, right? I've got like the tiniest little spot in front of me because I have literally crafted myself into a corner. Okay, so I'm gonna leave a tiny bit of a white border as I cut this out. If you start with the border, then if you decide you don't want it and you want a really clean cut, you have that option still, right? To cut super close to your stamped image. If you don't leave the border and you stamp quite close to start with, then obviously you can't go back. And you then have to have really super good cutting skills. Now you can see in hindsight, I shouldn't have stamped this in the middle. I could have used this piece to make more than one popsicle, which would have been a smart idea given the Whisper White situation. But I have quite a bit of Whisper White in my stocks at the moment, so I'm hopeful that I will be fine until the new basic white comes out. Really, this is a good reason for us all to start using more Very Vanilla. I love Very Vanilla, and I try to use it as much as I can. But of course, if Whisper White is what's in your DSP, then you're kind of stuck. Okay, so there is our popsicle fussy cut. So let's bring our card in here and let's quickly throw this together. Bring out our adhesive sheet because I don't ever do adhering without it. Okay. So I'm gonna do this bit first because we're gonna use the ribbon. I really love these stripes as well. So I love this paper. That's basically the long and short of it. I love the sides that obviously have all the ice cream and the popsicles, but I love, there's dots, there's stripes, there's just a lot of super fun stuff. Okay, we're gonna do a ribbon here. So for those of you who weren't on at the beginning, or I'm just gonna talk here while I'm doing this. So Stamp Camp, Sweet Ice Cream Stamp Camp. So myself, along with 6 other demonstrators, we are putting together a 2-day event. It will be in Facebook, so you can join it live, or you'll have access to the Facebook group, and you can revisit when it's convenient for you. You will have 14 make and takes plus the full PDF for all of the designs. And you will get all of the cardstock and any other shapes that aren't the ice cream punch. So if there's any dies that are used and you need those shapes to make the designs, then you will get those from me. Okay. You automatically are registered if you purchase the entire suite. So I talked about that at the beginning. There's also an option B. So if you already own the suite because you're a demonstrator, or if it's not of interest to you, or you already have some other type of ice cream themed suite, then you can just do option B, which is the PDF, still the Facebook, all the make and takes, for $45, and you get half a pack of the paper, you get a full pack of the sprinkles, and you get half a roll of the ribbon. So you would get the things you would need to complete the cards, but you don't get the stamp set and the punch, and you don't get the full paper and the full ribbon if you were to order the suite. Okay, so all the info is on my Facebook page, and I'll also be sending out an email. Okay, so I chose to go with a knot instead of a bow, and I chose to do that because I know that I'm planning to give this card to my husband, so I try not to use bows. All right, we're gonna put this heart, layer the hearts on the hearts, and then we'll use dimensionals, and then we will use dimensionals for our popsicle as well. So we're gonna take this guy and we're gonna put him on here. And if you're wondering how I have this giant sheet of dimensionals, it is from Paper Pumpkin. We got a really big sheet of dimensionals this month. Okay, so there is our popsicle. I've decided Facebook Lives are a very odd thing because, you know, you can't hear anyone. Okay, so I'm just gonna sort of put this over here so I can kind of get a feeling for what this is going to be like. I might put that behind like that. Yes. And then I'm going to put this popsicle. How do I want him? I feel like we kind of need two popsicles, but your hubby is too manly. Huh, well, my hubby is too manly for a homemade card, to be honest. So Amy asked if he was too manly for bows. It's not that he's too manly for bows, of course, but, you know. We don't really, to be honest, we don't actually do Valentine's. So maybe I'll give this to my kiddo instead. Do you guys see me like, oh my God, how do I want to put this on here? I can't really decide. Maybe up and, no, I don't like that. Maybe I need to put the heart less on an angle. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? I'm gonna go like that. We can always take it off. Okay, and now we're gonna stamp the greeting. So, let's get the stamp set back. You melt my heart, slant it to the left, okay? So the other way? Thanks, Amy, thanks. Just kidding. Ah, gosh. Yeah, that probably looks better, doesn't it? Okay, that. And then I'm gonna do this in Blackberry. And then we're gonna be done, you guys. Okay, so I just need to make sure it's not gonna be where my ribbon is. So, because we haven't put that on, I'm actually gonna move this. So if you were watching yesterday, you saw my trick. You have to bend and spin, bend and spin. Sounds like a dance move. Bend and spin. And we're gonna put this sort of right there. Boom, love it. Love it. Does anyone else see? I also get ink on my finger when I try to close these ink pads. You'd think I wouldn't be such a disaster, but I am. So for any of you who are like, oh yeah, those demos, they really got it all going on. Maybe they do. Not this one. Not this one. Okay, dimensionals. I like to sort of layer them out. Sorry, I realized I was putting those on out of screen. All right, get this off. And now, because we've moved our knot, we might actually be fine with this as well. So the other thing, you guys, that you can always do if you don't love how a ribbon is or how a knot is sitting, is you can use a glue dot, right, to hold it in place. But because I haven't put this heart on, I can actually use the dimensionals under there. Perfect. Love it. Love it. Okay. And now we're just going to put this on our card front. Okay, so adhesive across the back. This is when I would actually probably use my Tombow, but I sometimes find this faster in videos to just use the seal. Okay, so we're going to center that on our card front. And there you have it. Okay, I think too I will probably add, or I might not, a rhinestone or two up here. Okay, card number 1. What do you guys think? Right? Super cute. Okay? Okay, moving that off to the side. So the other card that I wanted to do, similar idea. Okay, so now we're just using a different DSP. So this one has this awesome polka dots, and then now it has these fun shapes here. So I'm going to do the same. And now we're going to use the ice cream punch, and we're going to use that stamp, and I'm just going to show you. We're not going to use the blackberry ribbon this time, so we have a couple of options. We could use a different ribbon. The other thing you can do if you want sort of some sort of division between your DSP, you can always use just a piece of colored cardstock. But what I might use is this ribbon. So this is this beautiful ribbon that is Pretty Peacock on one side and Old Olive on the other. So I think I will actually use that, and I might use the Pretty Peacock side because I like how that looks. So this time I think we will just do the ribbon with no bow or knot. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back, and that allows me somewhere to hold the ribbon down. Okay, so I'm going to put the ribbon on like this, and I'm going to wrap it around where I put the adhesive. And then I'm just going to run it across and wrap it around on the other side and tack it down. So you just want to make sure that's straight. And then cut that off. So we don't want any excess, or we don't want more excess than we need. That's the whole point, not wasting. Okay, there we go. So that is that. And now we are going to do the ice cream cone. Now, I purposely pulled out a little scrap of the ice cream paper so that we would have it. But like I said, my craft space has gone from like my entire desk to part of my desk to barely any of my desk. So I now don't know where it is. So we'll get a new one. It's all good. All good. Okay. Oh, found it. Found it. Okay, so see, we have this adorable paper here that we can just cut the cone out of. So we're just gonna cut out the ice cream cone. Cute, right? You know what, maybe we'll do 2 just for good measure, in case we decide we wanna have 2 ice cream cones. Hello, Dorothy. Okay, so 2 ice cream cones. And then we're gonna make the tops. So we need some white. So let's find this, see if this is big enough. We might be able to salvage some of this white that we had before. All right, so the ice cream cone. see. Nope. Not on that scrap, we're not going to. That's okay. Let's try that. Oh my God, if you guys could see my desk right now, you'd literally be laughing your heads off. Okay, this is gonna be perfect. So I want to stamp this in such a way that I can use the punch and not waste the paper. And I thought we would do a fun little pastel ice cream. So we're gonna do a bunch of different colors. So this is soft seafoam, which is one of the colors in the paper. And then we're gonna do a pool party. We are gonna clean this off because I don't want to have a big blend of colors. We're gonna do a pool party. We're gonna do a Bermuda Bay, but a stamped off Bermuda Bay because that's pretty bright otherwise. I'm gonna move that good card out of the way because you know what'll happen. I'll ruin it. So oh, I was gonna stamp it off, wasn't I? That looks like a fun ice cream cone. Maybe we'll do a 2 scooper and a 1 scooper. Let's try that. Okay, and we're gonna do some sprinkles. All right, so I'm gonna take the sprinkles and I'm gonna do those in the Bermuda Bay full strength on this guy. And then I'm also gonna do Bermuda Bay full strength on that guy. And then on the very lightest guy, I am going to do the pool party. And then we're gonna punch those out and we're gonna have some fun. Okay. Ouch. We're gonna need to do a greeting too, and we have to stamp on the Bermuda Bay. So we might have to pull in some black here or some dark gray. Okay, so let's punch these out. Hopefully I've left enough space between them all. It looks like it. So we got 1. And then we're just gonna have to cut that off. And we've got 2. Hello, Lynn Scott. Glad you could join us. You'll have to go back. We've already made a full card. And number 3. All right, so we have 3 different ice creams that we can play with. So that's gonna be our card. And I think we're gonna put that on Whisper White as well. We could pull in the green. We'll see. We can do the white, and then we can have the cones, and then we can do like, we could kind of do like that, even though that third guy doesn't have a cone. What do you guys think? Do you think it matters? Put him in the middle, or does he need to be like actually layered on top of one of them? I kind of like them like that, but I get if that looks silly. Okay, I'll give you guys a second to share your thoughts while I get us some olive paper to see if we like that. Right now, nobody is saying anything, which is fine, which is fine. But you know, I always love somebody else's opinion. Put it under the other two. Oh, I see. So it's just sticking out. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. So like this. Yes, Lynn, much better. I could do a third cone in there, I guess. On top of another two scoops on the left. Oh, goodness. We can never agree, can we, folks? Okay, so we'll forget about the ice cream for right now. What about if we put the whole card on olive? Or do we like it better on white? I feel like you guys are going to say you like it better on white. Oh, Amy likes the green. Well, how about them apples? All right, so, oh, yeah, okay. All right. We could, you know what, let's just do a single ice cream cone. That way we can use this shape because I already have it. So let's go dark, lighter, lightest. Is that what we want? Or do we want to go the other order so that the darkest one's on the top? Let's just do that. 3 ice creams on there like that. Yes. Okay, perfect. Everyone's liking the old olive. I like that we are all in agreement. And then we can do a treat yourself. We could do thank you. Or you can just do something. I think we should do a big one though. So I think we should actually do, what do you want? Thank you? Okay, I have an idea. So we're gonna do thank you. And then we're gonna fussy cut it out. Okay, we're probably not gonna put this card together like adhesive wise so that you guys can like get on with your day. Should I tie in the old olive then with the greeting? Should we do the thank you in old olive? Let's see. So we've got thank you. We're gonna fussy cut this out. I know you guys are like, oh my God, what is with all the fussy cutting? So I'm just gonna do a quick fussy to get it off this paper. I sometimes take classes with a woman in the UK, Emma Goddard, Coastal Crafter, and she loves to fussy cut. So we do it often in her classes. And she is like ridiculous. She's so fast. You're like barely got one thing done and she's already like fussy cut out like this entire huge like flower or whatever it is that we're doing. But sometimes you just need to fussy cut and it looks so stunning. Whether it's an image you don't have a punch or a die for, or whether like this, it's a greeting that you kind of want to pop off your page. And really, once you get the hang of it, it's not that hard. You need good scissors. So these Stampin' Up! Snips are the best. I'm not gonna lie. You can't do it with giant scissors. I have giant scissors because there's a need for those too. They're good for cutting ribbon. They're good for when you want to cut a long straight line and they have a longer blade. So the thing about fussy cutting words is sometimes you kind of have to just make a call as to like how close to the smaller letters you want to get so that it still looks fairly nice cut out. So again, sometimes with these you want to cut less and then you can always go back and cut more. So I might go in now and cut a bit into the Y. And it just depends what you're comfortable with. If you're not really comfortable and you're worried that you might muck it up, then you don't want to. I mean, you can always go and restamp it, right? So it's not the end of the world. Okay. All right, so here we are, kids. So we've got that, we've got the ice cream, we've got this. So this we're gonna use dimensionals for, of course. So I'm gonna put this on right now because like we don't need to lose that now that I've spent all this time cutting it out. So this is obviously where your mini dimensionals are gonna come in handy, or you might just have to cut your big guys in half, which, you know, is what we all did before mini dimensionals existed. Sometimes your mini dimensionals are still too big and you have to cut those in half, so it's all good. That's just what we do. So we're gonna put our thank you up here. And then what I'm also gonna do is take this with sprinkles on top. So I'm just piling all my stamps. See, this is what I'm doing because I'm not cleaning any of them. I'm just piling them all on this block. Okay, so I want these to be straight. So you know my trick. I always use my grid paper to make sure my stamp is going to be straight. I need to clean my blocks. Did you know, I haven't tried it. I should have tried it yesterday. You can put your blocks in the dishwasher. We have this new dishwasher, so that would be perfect because it's got one of those super handy top, like third levels. So I was going to just stamp this here with sprinkles on top. Now, I want it to show up though. So what I'm gonna do, I have a little scrap of those dots. Just gonna find it. Okay, so see, I have a little sliver of this paper. So I'm gonna stamp on it in the Bermuda and see if it will show up or if I have to use black. Oh my God, sorry, that was my head. So I'm going to see, because I want to stamp basically across those two colors. So let's see how it shows up. So I want to have it kind of go like that. So it shows up. It's not like off the charts showing up, but I think that's okay. So we could put it way down here. Let's play around with that. So this is another option, right? When you're kind of trying to figure things out. So do you like it here or do you like it down here? So what do you guys think? Do we want right up here by the ribbon or do we want it down here at the bottom? I'm gonna wait for you to tell me. And while I'm waiting, I'm gonna put this on. Up, okay, Lynn says up. I'm gonna adhere this piece flat because I wanna use dimensionals on the ice cream cone. And I don't wanna have too many things popping off the page. Otherwise, it makes it hard to fit it in an envelope. Okay, Dorothy also says the middle. Okay. So now I'm going to stamp it off because I've already let it kind of dry. So we're going to stamp that again and we're going to put that sort of right here. There you go. Thank you with sprinkles on top. And then I'm just going to place this on here because we've been on here forever and I want to let you guys go. And I am losing my voice from doing so much talking. So you'll know what this looks like. Basically what I plan to do is put dimensionals on here. And there you go. So there is card number 2. And there is card number 1. Oh, I'm so excited. So you guys, it's a sweet is so adorable. Hello, Carol from Connecticut. Yeah, better late. We're just signing off, so go back and rewatch. But we made these 2 cards, and I talked all about the stamp camp. So if you are interested in the stamp camp, please go to my Facebook page. You'll see it under events. Check it out. If you have any questions, then just give me a shout so I can help to answer those for you. The registration is pretty tight. I'm turning it around quite quickly, because we can order these products on January the 5th, and they're already being forecasted as being very popular based on what the demonstrators have been ordering in their pre-order. So I don't want them to go into back order before people can get them who want to come to the class, okay? It's online, Facebook, 14 make and take, 7 demonstrators designing 2 cards each. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. I have to go to work tomorrow, so I will have no lives tomorrow, but I will try to get back on Thursday and Friday, and I will try to get back on with items that are retiring. Don't forget today, if you order on my December host code before the end of tonight, before 6 o'clock tonight, you will be entered into my draw for the chance to win a 50% off item. So if you've already ordered from me in October, November, December, you're automatically entered. But if not, grab something on this host code. It doesn't have to be something huge, and you will get entered for the chance to win a 50% off item. Okay? Thanks, everyone. Have a great afternoon.